Hey guys, it's Kusi. Only 2 episodes in and I figured out a lot already. Not necessarily on how to play the class, but why healers really dislike healing, and also why hunters get so much shit. And apparently it's all type of hunter. The fairy type of hunter as well as the one with the demon kink. I know I said I'm team hunter all the way, but we might have to change that. You don't believe me? Let's check in with the live recording audio from Kusi. I regret so many things that led me to this place. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing is fine. But one step at a time. We ended last episode with an item level of 396 and some rather eventless, yes some would say easy keys. But I was convinced that healing isn't that difficult, so I made sure I went higher in the key range. And here's where reality hit me in the face. Because my knobhead thought, this is still Tyrannical week. With that in mind, I made sure I got paralysis for the affix to deal with, but then one DPS told me that this is the dispelling affix, and he can't deal with that. So I checked, and I legit thought to myself, oh, that's why some bosses have been so easy. I would blame it on me being too busy or some kind of stuff, but I probably just get too old to remember days. So first, I applied to the normal raid, because after some quick research, apparently 4 trinkets from the so-called A tier do drop in the raid. But since I don't want to bore you with raiding content in the Mythic Plus series, we just quickly skip to the part where I show you the result. Matter of fact, I only killed 3 bosses, because I mainly wanted a possible trinket drop in my vault. However, I will tell you that there was a major reason why I left. Here are the items I got from the run. Again, only 3 bosses. Not only did we get a haste verse waste item, which is pretty good by itself, we also received a headpiece, which we can make into tier set, meaning we already have 2 out of 4 set pieces. But the absolute banger was Rashok's Molten Heart, the healing trinket that is even considered S tier compared to the other trinkets. And let me show you how this went. The highest roll on the trinket after the other 4 healers rolled was an 87. And your boy just casually rolls an 88 like it's nothing. Outrolling 4 other healers, I was certain someone would offer me gold for this, since there isn't any restrictions for trading anymore. But honestly, 2 of them just asked if I needed it, and that was that. And after quickly rewarding ourselves with the mentioned set piece, we are ready to go into dungeons. Neltharion's 8 was our first destination, and I really wanted to be challenged. That's why I went with something above 7, so the affix Afflicted applies. This is a new affix introduced this season, which regularly lets either 1 or 2 ghosts spawn that either need to be dispelled or healed up to full HP. Dispelling means everything works. Curse removal, poison dispels by paladins, or even the poison dispel totem by shamans. You know, the one we never skilled. But this is only for your information, because you will barely see anyone else dispelling anything. On the very first pull, my trust issues kicked in so hard. I felt like healing a DK is more of a roller coaster than anything else. I'm not sure if DK still work like this, but I remember a while ago this was just a normal thing. Them bouncing to 30% HP just to death strike themselves up to full. But I can tell you, this was very stressful to look at. I reckon I get used to this at some point, but I was sweating all dungeon long. And besides some very annoying overlaps from the affix paired with a lot of incoming group damage, this was manageable for sure. Yet I still let some of the ghosts go through. A lot of times I didn't even see them, because they have this habit of just spawning anywhere. I'm sure there's an add-on for a week over for this, so I may have to look into that. Arriving at the last trash bag before Nerex's, this pull had me on the edge of my seat. Everyone took so much damage and the tank legit went from 100 to 20% and vice versa in a matter of seconds. And of course I let one of the ghosts go through on the boss. Honestly, I didn't even see it at all. Nerex's is also a highly annoying boss when your whole healing pattern relies on doing damage. Which meant I had to stay in range way too much and spot heal everyone. I guess this also gets better when I'm more used to it. At this point of the dungeon I started to get annoyed already. I think no one ever dodged any of the avalanche casts from the breaker, so they just dropped below 50% every time it happened. And considering that so many mobs here just attack people randomly, this could end badly. Yet even though having 2 range DPS made this boss a bit clunky, we still managed to get it done by 2 chesting it. Sadly no items, but we move on. Up next is a dungeon that... okay, let's talk about it. I know the conversations about metacoms and such are really annoying and shouldn't be such a topic. But when you have an affix, matter of fact, the only applying affix on this level that requires you to dispel it, then this should not be your setup. This is even worse than the 3-stack of Warrior on my last journey, since we at least had 2 CCs for the affix. So let's talk. As a DPS player, And I know it very much seems that you can just jump around and press a button every now and then while hitting stuff, but there's a lot more to it than that.
Huh?
Kicks, for example, are a very mandatory thing in this game. And mind you, details catches everything in those regards. Also, if you stand in any kind of frontals or area of effect that might kill you, that is totally on you and you alone. Granted, I could have just left the key right away when I saw the setup, since I was the last to join, but I also was curious. Guess I can blame myself for that to some degree. But let me show you what happened. It already started nicely with the tank asking for a summon, even though he was standing in Dragon and disenchanted stuff, just to go AFK for 2 minutes after he accepted that summon. And yes, I can't really see if anything happened on his side of the screen that he had to take care of, but it came off a little bit ignorant. A little bit later we finally started, and here's what happened. Totally overwhelmed by the amount of damage incoming to the entire group, I tapped out and had to respawn. Usually you would just last this pull, but yeah, no last class I guess. The blood priests on these packs attempt to cast 2 annoying spells. One of them is a fully health recovery and one is a buff that allows the mobs to stay alive on 1 health till the buff ends. You technically could purge that, but who can do that? Am I right? And on the first boss I started to lose my shit already. Those dudes legit just got hit by everything there was. Every sanguine feast and almost every creeping rot too. And you can tell they got hit by the little debuff here. Look at this dude just standing in it. Like dude, you are legit in front of him and you can see him see you. At this point I started to understand the criticism about healing being not fun. When you have to constantly have your guard up, where some others just seem to play a very different game. I tried to imply that we should not stand in every possible source of damage. Sadly my words didn't find any ears. And what do you do when barely anyone is kicking things? You pull multiple mobs that need to be kicked. But hey, guess that one cast is dispellable and the other one only applies to casters, so why would any melee bother, right? Long story short, we kept dying while slowly making our way to Crackmore, which we then also had to lay down for. I was already so fed up at this point that I convinced them to drop the key, because lacking one player doesn't make this boss easier. And then I checked the kicks on this run, and I tried to tell them in the most polite way possible that they really need to work on that. 0 kicks. Absolutely 0 kicks by the guy who left the key earlier and by the tank. Sadly this won't do it for Underworld, so we move on. So I'm at least one step closer of becoming a player-hating healer man. Hashtag progress. Next on the list was a Brackenhide 8 and my dumbass forgot to press recall till after the first boss. But no deaths on the board, so you can guess that it didn't go too bad. Yet I started the recalling just in time for the more messy part of this run. Not quite sure if the lashes do this bleed by just attacking you, but this shit hurts like hell. I also just really enjoy when people are close to dying, but just run away from you. Not even to mention that we had 1 death, that maybe wanted to get rest. Overall 5 deaths between the first and the second boss, so we had to gain some time. I'd like to tell you that we made quick work of 3-mouth, but not really. Also, is it just me or does the augmentation evoker seem a bit, well, I don't want to say useless, but less valuable in lower keys when paired with lower people. But this was just a thought I had on the side. Obviously they have to start somewhere as well. On this trash pack, the main unit marks one of the players, which will cause all dogs to attack him, easily prevented by Ring of Peace. If you don't have that, consider using a death cooldown on a target and spam healer to oblivion. On the final boss, I really didn't expect the tank buster in form of DK Strike to hit the tank so hard, considering it's fortified. But that caught me off guard. Guess I just need to prep that and spam heal the healing absorb away ASAP. Since we lacked some trash, due to us skipping most of the stuff prior to the first boss, we actually had to go and look for more. Yet still time per +2 and even an upgrade in form of a pair of boots. After that grueling underrod, I was in a way better mood, so I wished everyone a nice week and took off. Still on the same night, I applied to do one more key. Alderman 8. And even though on that one, pretty much no one helped out with the affix or actually tried to mitigate incoming damage, you can tell it was a smooth run from the depths on the board. Whooping 0. The only reason why we are so tight on time though is because we just took it really slow, which I didn't mind after this eventful day so far. Easily 2-chesting this puppy too, leading to some neat score and Abyss weapon? Good lord, we have been blessed today. Maybe this is how Blizzard wants to get people to play heal. Rig their loot luck till they have everything. New day, new me. So I applied to another underworld. But this time, we replaced the 2 DPS Demon Hunter with 2 DPS Hunters. No way this even can get worse, right? And well... Oh, just like you motherfucker.